Here is the most broken way to level up your weapons quickly in Modern Warfare 3 and Warzone Season 6. I'm going to make this as short and simple as possible, but if you go on to find it useful, be sure to drop a like and check out my other Season 6 guides, like how to level up the Battle Pass, how to get AFK Battle Pass tokens, complete the haunting challenges, things like that. I'm going to leave timestamps in the description if you want to jump to a specific part of the video. That'll be chapters as well, but you definitely won't want to miss out on these tips. Before we get into the video, if you're looking to unlock Modern Warfare 3 camos or Warzone rewards like the Royal Helix and Decipher camos, or maybe even the Nuke skin, or if you want the best schematic spot lobbies, be sure to check out Mitch Cactus. These guys are the biggest and most reliable sellers, offering legitimate services on all platforms. They've also launched a new cheap service where you can get up to a 60% discount on COD points. They have over 10,000 reviews on Trustpilot, so for all things Call of Duty, visit mitchcactus.com and use code RAGER at checkout for 5% off. Without further ado, let's get into it. Alright, so what we're going to do is quickly talk about how to level up your weapons very quickly in multiplayer, then zombies, and finally talk about Warzone. So starting out with multiplayer, you want to make sure you put on a class setup, and that's because if you don't put on certain things, you'll be missing out on free XP. So first of all, for the class setup, make sure you put on the Demolition Vest, which allows you to resupply lethal and tactical equipment every 25 seconds. You then want to put on Scavenger Gloves, which is basically perk 1 to resupply ammo, Stalker Boots, which is basically perk 2 to increase your strafe speed and movement speed, so you're speedier and more likely to get kills. And finally, you want to put on Gear for the Blacklight Flashlight, which acts as perk 3, so you can see enemy footsteps, follow them around and get kills more easily. You then want to make sure you're putting on Decoy Grenades for the tactical equipment, as this counts towards weapon XP. We'll talk about that in a minute. And you also want to put on something like a Semtex for the lethal equipment, as that will get you XP as well. For the field upgrade, put on either the DDoS or trophy system. DDoSs are quite quick, you can use them quite frequently. Trophy systems, you can use them relatively quick as well, but you have to throw them down. They're better on small maps like Shipment, otherwise I just use a DDoS, but it's up to you, whatever you guys want to use. And then for streaks, make sure you switch them to score streaks, not kill streaks, and then put on something like UAV, counter UAV, and then a sentry turret or something like that. Now, once you've got your class, what mode do you want to play in multiplayer? Well, obviously this kind of changes all the time, so it's kind of up to you. Quite a lot of the time they've got a small map mosh pit, so that's quite good. That includes the small maps that we've come to know and love, so ones like Rust, Shipment, Meat, Stash House, Das House. There's also some Halloween themes ones as well, like Mad Cow, which is like a Halloween version of Meat. Also for the Season 6 update, we've got a small map mosh pit of Drive-Thru, which is a new small map. There's a 24/7 mosh pit of that, and there's also Ghost Ship 24/7, which is basically the new Shipment variant for Halloween. There's also a playlist with multiple Shipment variants, so like day, night, Halloween, things like that. That would be quite good as well. So now we've got our class and the best map and mode. What do you actually do when you're in a game? Well, first things first, you want to be getting kills. That's common sense. So obviously the more kills you get, the more XP you can get and so on for your weapon. So you do want to be pushing to get as many kills as you can. That's the first thing. The other thing you want to focus on, which a lot of people forget about, is when you spawn in, you want to be using your equipment. So obviously throw your lethal equipment, but also make sure you're using your tactical equipment, i.e. your decoy grenades. So you'll normally have 2 or 3 of them, depending on how your class is set up. Just throw all of them when you spawn in into areas that people are likely to be in. Just chuck them around, and more often than not, they'll go off near someone. Now, if they do, that's good because you get decoy assist when they die, even though you haven't actually done anything. And if you keep doing that for the whole match, you're going to get thousands of XP. And that will count towards your weapon, which is great. So keep using that. So once you spawn in, you want to do that. Go and get kills. Use your field upgrade, so either the DDoS, like we said, or the trophy system. Keep using that over and over again once it's charged up. And then you also want to go for the objective as much as you can, and this will get you a bulk of your XP. So a lot of it will come from this, not just from kills. And make sure you've got the weapon you want to level up in your hand when you're doing the objective. But for kill confirmed, you want to collect as many tags as you can. For domination or hardpoint, capture the zones or defend them from enemies, and that will get you lots of score as well. And it will get you more if you're getting kills in the process while doing the objective. So definitely go for objective and use your tactical equipment, and you can't go wrong with getting lots of extra XP for your weapon. You also just want to make sure you're using your weapons to destroy enemy equipment, field upgrades, and kill streaks, as this all adds up too. And make sure you try and get more exciting kills, which will give you more weapon XP, so things like headshots, long shots, bloodthirsties, that kind of thing. That's pretty much it for multiplayer. Just keep doing that, you'll be good to go. What about if you want to play zombies? Well, in zombies, before you start, make sure you put on the weapon you want to level up, put on a field upgrade such as an energy mine, put on something like a Semtex, and then decoy grenades. At the moment there's double weapon XP, but once that goes, make sure you activate a weapon XP token just so it speeds up your weapon XP progress. And then once you head into zombies, there's a couple things you can do. First of all, you can grind contracts. The tier 2 contracts are absolutely great, and I'd recommend going for either the HVT bounty contracts or the deliver cargo. So I'd try and put on a weapon where you've pack-a-punched it either with a crystal or from the machine, put it on an ether tool, and it does a fair amount of damage. Then literally just go around tier 2, completing those deliver cargo and bounty contracts. The bounty ones are easier. Just go up to them. It takes a couple of seconds, kill the enemy, rinse and repeat basically. And for deliver cargo, obviously you just have to get in a vehicle and drive it from point A to point B, and you'll get some cash in the progress. It's fairly easy, but it takes a little bit longer. And they're both very easy contracts just to bash out over and over again throughout the match. So that's really, really good. But the other thing I'd recommend doing for a lot of the game is actually just doing the Outlast contract glitch. Basically, I'm sure a lot of you guys will know about this, especially if you've been watching any of my videos, because I've been banging on about it for a very long time. But basically, once you start the Outlast contract, go to the actual contract area, into the purple zone, activate the P&D, and aim for about 90 to 95% capture rate. Once you do, make sure you don't finish the contract, and basically open up your map, hold Y or triangle, cancel the contract, and the zombies are going to keep infinitely spawning even though you cancel the contract, because the game thinks the contract is still going. The zombies are going to keep coming, and over again, you're going to get lots of zombie kills. It's going to be fantastic. They're going to come really fast, which is good. So keep killing them. You're going to get lots of XP for your weapon, for your character, for your battle pass, and for, you know, any camo progress as well, which is great. Just make sure any friendlies don't help you finish the contract before you cancel it, otherwise it will finish and then you won't be able to do the glitch. So those are two main things you can do in zombies. The other thing I say is you can do that Act 1 Tier 7 extraction mission where you just use the deadbolt turrets to automatically kill zombies. It's a bit of effort to set it up, but you can do that if you want. I've talked about it in previous videos if you guys are interested, but I wouldn't worry about it too much. And then the other thing to focus on is exfils. So there's a lot of zombies, especially towards the end of the game, even in Tier 1 zones when you go to an exfil point. So just call in a helicopter, kill all the zombies, use your field upgrades, use your lethal equipment, use your weapon. That's all going to count. And then once you finish, you can either exfil and leave the match, or stay in the game and call in another exfil helicopter when it refreshes. The thing I would say is there's a weapon XP cap in zombies, so after a little while it's going to stop giving you XP fast, and at that point you either want to do something else in the game or exfil and start again. That's it for zombies. What about if you are playing Warzone? Well, in Warzone there's two main kind of strategies you want to focus on. The first one I'll talk about is more recent, and that's to do with the Hellspawn Purgatory mode. I think there will also be Von Dead coming back, you know, like a Halloween themed version of Vondel, which will be quite good. Hopefully that comes back soon. I think that's a good one to go for. It's a small map, lots of boxes, lots of ways to earn XP. But similarly at the moment in the game is Hellspawn and Purgatory mode. That's basically like a Halloween themed version of Rebirth, and Purgatory is like a 2-hour long game. There is tons of loot containers to open. That gets you 100 XP per box. It doesn't sound like a lot, but if you get 10, that's 1,000, so it's a good easy way to get XP. The other thing you want to be doing is just getting kills in the Hellspawn Purgatory mode. That's quite good. It gives you 500 plus weapon XP per kill, and more as your torment level goes up. So you can easily get lots of XP, like 500 to a few thousand just from getting a kill. It's nice and easy. And the other thing as well is you can kill mercenaries and zombie AI. They don't give you a ton of XP. I think they give you like 20 weapon XP or something, but there's quite a lot of them on the map, so you can use that for a little bit more XP as well. And obviously you can do contracts on Hellspawn as well. So there's lots of things you can do in that match. It's quite good to get XP. But the other thing I want to talk about, kind of the main focus, is plunder. You guys may be aware of this, but if you're not, I'll talk you through it very quickly. So the first thing is, and you know, most of this will apply to other modes as well, it's not just plunder, but it works better in plunder. When you're going to plunder, there's three things you want to do. The first thing is you want to complete contracts. The best ones are Most Wanted, Scavenger, and Intel. I would focus on Most Wanted because you have to survive for 4 minutes, but you can actually decrease the amount of time you have to survive so that you can complete the contract more quickly, basically by opening loot boxes. So each time you open a loot box, it will take 10 seconds off the timer. So if you do that 6 times, that's a minute, and so on. And it's not just you, your teammates can open boxes as well. That will count towards the timer, so it's really, really good if there's multiple people helping you do it. You can get a contract done very quickly. And basically you just want to go through lots of unsearched buildings, open lots of loot boxes, and that can be anything from, you know, loot crates, fridges, duffel bags, cupboards, anything you can open, and it will say plus 100 XP. You get the XP, you get the items in it, and you'll get some cash as well, which is good. Now, because it's a Most Wanted contract, you'll be marked, so obviously just take care you don't die. Use vehicles to get between contracts fast, and, you know, between other areas of the map to find more boxes to open and so on. But that's the first thing, so do your contracts. And the second thing is kind of what we've already talked about, but looting. Obviously it gets you more money, so you can buy stuff. You'll also do better in the game in plunder because that's the objective. But also, like we said, every time you open a container, you'll get 100 XP towards your weapon, which is after 10 containers, that's 1,000 XP, which is nice and easy. And this can be any storage container, like we said. The third thing you want to do, previously you could use buy stations. I think they've kind of patched that now. So what you can do instead is once you have earned a bunch of cash, oh, and don't forget as well, when you're opening containers, when it drops things like GPUs and laptops and things, collect them up as well and sell them at the store for cash. That's good. But once you've got loads of cash, you want to get a cash deposit balloon, put some money into that, and when it sets off, it will give you about 1,000 XP or something like that. So it'll give you a bit of extra XP just for, you know, kind of securing the cash. So the main things, do contracts, do looting, and secure your cash, and that's going to get you a ton of XP for your weapon. It's really, really good. And obviously make sure you're getting any kills as well in the process. So go to popular areas like Old Town, somewhere like that. But that's pretty much it for Warzone, to be honest with you. And those are all the best ways to level up your weapons quickly in Modern Warfare 3 and Warzone Season 6. If you guys found this useful, be sure to drop a like and check out my other Season 6 guides, like how to level up the Battle Pass, how to earn AFK Battle Pass tokens, how to complete the Haunting event, that kind of thing. And if you guys need help with anything else in Season 6, then leave a comment and I'll get around to it. But thanks for watching, hope you found it useful, and I'll see you guys all on the next video.